evening, everybody, and welcome back to FSP Racing Live Friday night Winston Cup Series action from Talladega Super-Speedway. I'm your host, Sean Reap. Milton Mentor Jr. should be joining us later. He had some late errands to run, but I'm sure he'll be raring to go as we shake and bake at NASCAR's biggest, fastest, baddest track. Talladega Super-Speedway, always a good show here at the big track, and you see Greg Palmer in his return to Friday night action on the pole. No huge surprise there. Greg's always a great super speedway qualifier. And Adam Simonek, look at that, got the Oscar Mike Radio 016 on the front row. I know some Oscar Mike Radio fans probably be happy to see that one. Good showing for them. Ryan Johnson, Chris Beckman a return to Friday night outside row 2. James Hatch, Brad Otto, teammate to Adam Simonek there. Got some teammates up front looking to hook up and work together early. Jason Dulfer, Pops Margison, the Tuesday night winner in 8th spot, and then rounding out your top 10, Tom Action Jackson and Sam Young making the also rare Friday night start. Good to see our owner-promoter out there on the track in the 98 car. We got a decent field tonight. Looks like we got about 1920 cars, not counting myself and my other computer here, that have reserved qualifying spots. You see, not everybody chose to turn a lap. Some people like to start at the back on super speedways. Totally valid strategy. It's always about avoiding the big one when you come to a big track like this. Starting spot doesn't always mean a whole lot. Drivers' meeting still underway. We had a late qualifying, so got a late happy hour and a late drivers' meeting. They should be out there shortly for final practice. And this being a super speedway, I always say that I have the random number generator up to make my pick. I got to get that ready for before Milty gets here, because I firmly believe that it's not truly random at super speedways. There's always an element of luck. So you gotta take that into consideration. And I just hit the random number generator until one of them hits. Nope. 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 Ooh, is he out there tonight? Nope. Ooh, that was close. Might have a winner there. Yes, we do. All right. Got my random generated pick in. We'll wait for Milty before we make our jinxes / predictions. Oh, got Brad Otto popping into the booth there.
Hey, sir. How you doing tonight?
Hey, good to see you, Brad.
Good to see you. Just want to say have a good time tonight up in the booth, and we'll hope to put on a good show for you all.
Hey, get that sexy new car on the track.
Oh, you got my new paint?
I got it. I saw last minute you had that up there.
Yeah. Mike Twilliger, great guy. He's been painting a lot of my Wolfpack cars.
Yeah, he does good stuff. I saw that in practice, that black and gold.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be looking for you to go to the front. I know you got yourself a Friday night win here, and you'd love to back that up. And man, you got your teammate on the front row.
I know. He's. Oh, I'm not going to qualify.
Oh yeah, sure, Adam, sure.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we're looking for a good finish tonight.
Awesome. Well, good luck out there. Keep the nose and quarter panels clean, and just be there for the finish. That's what you got to do,
Copy that, sir.
All right, good to hear Brad Otto checking in. We wish him and his Wolfpack, not Wolfpack, that's a band, teammate, the best of luck tonight. We got Tom Jackson out there, another Marine, much like Brad Otto and his Mr. Softy 87. Oh, looks like Nick Walters missed pit road there, practicing pitting. There's the new car, the Wolfpack 31 Chevy Monte Carlo. Kinda reminiscent of Rusty's first Miller paint scheme, when he was still with that Raymond Beadle group on the 27. Before Penske bought out the organization, he ran a season or two with that black and gold before it became the iconic, before it became, oh my goodness, that's dusty. Before it became this. I had no idea that was so dusty until I held it up to studio lights. But yeah, Brad Otto had his first Friday night win. It came here at Talladega a few seasons back. You know, he always has this one circled on his calendar. You never forget those first wins. There's Adam Simonik, your outside pole setter, practicing pit stops. Nick Walters makes it this time without getting into the grass. Oh, good to see Chris Beckman back out there in the Buttermobile. James Hatch, your defending Pro Cup champion, looking to make some noise here on Friday night. Last night's Darlington winner in the trucks, Mark DeRocket DeSenza, bringing the Wrangler Jeans machine in for pit stop practice. Good to see Johnny Doucette in the 13 car, the Blue Jays paint scheme there. Johnny's has also been making select starts as he recovers from some surgically repaired leg issues. But we are always glad to see Johnny. He almost merges down on the Tom there, trying to get into his draft. Roscoe Hurst in the 35 unsponsored late model look there. We got Dave Dulfer cheering on Jammin' Jay. Jordan McGregor! Jordan's been out there kicking some butt in some real racing. Great to see those pictures on Facebook. Already got the kids working on the car, too. Man, those pit crews get younger every year. There's another classic paint scheme, modified. Got the Bacardi car, which is a modification of the original Miller High Life scheme that Bobby Allison used to run. Love that car. That looks great. All that chrome on it. It fits nicely on the Monte Carlo body. Yeah, backdating it a couple of years. And these cars are 1988 bodies, but a little template work, and you can take them back to about 1983, 82-ish. How much time we got left? We got 22 seconds in happy hour and no sight of the monster. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to put up the video evidence that I did not do it. Google did it. But it came up with 43, and he's in the field tonight. It's Donald Ritchie. He doesn't seem to be out there for happy hour. But you see his pit board there behind Johnny. Now the 43 at Talladega. That seems like a good combination. The King's number. That Legacy Motorsport Group making big news the last couple of weeks, going to Toyota next year, to the surprise of no one, but the outrage of surprisingly many. You know how I feel about the cars. It's just a sticker on a custom-made in North Carolina spec race car. But hopefully that's good things for that group, as they have been struggling to get back to their former glory. Johnny Doucette doing a little premature burnout there. Hops Margison, again, your Tuesday night winner in the Chicken Run. Looking to back that up on a Friday night here in the Scotch Blue Ford. I'd say we are just about ready to take the grid here. Yep, there we go. Cars will be lining up.
Drivers, to your cars.
You got to figure one of the favorites out there. Jeff Hale starting way in the back there in the number 29 Alborn paint job. Celebrating Alex Razor's band. That's the grandson of our late dear friend Bubba Razor. They provide our intro music every Friday night. Yeah, there's the 43 up ahead of him. Running one of Rick Bisconner's old cars. Slim Jim Gately checking in the chat. I know he wishes he was out here still having those connection woes.
Drivers, start your engines.
We've got engines fired. But I notice now my mouse profile isn't loaded on the other computer. There we go. So we are in for... how many laps here? 76 laps. 76 laps around this 2.66 mile tri-oval super speedway, 33 degree banking. Wide open. Draft is king. It's a 190 mile per hour chess match all night long. Gotta keep that nose clean. Gotta nail those pit stops. We usually have green flag stops when it comes to super speedway racing here at FSB. And we've seen many a race come down to those. Yeah, Slim asks, where's Milt? Well, he said he was on his way. He said about 5:30 he'd be here. But no sign of him yet. He connected to the server. His pit box is sitting there on pit road. I saw a 0 out there. Slim Jim's at the river. Those fish don't stand a chance. I got the pace car off. It's still a long way to that start-finish line. One of the great things they did when they built this track is they put start-finish line not right in the middle of the tri-oval like at Daytona. Because Bill France Sr. noticed he had a hard time selling those seats at Daytona. So he moved a little further down. That has changed the outcome of many a real race and sim race here on Friday nights and other nights as we have green flag in the air. Greg Palmer, Adam Simonik, Ryan Johnson, Chris Beckman, and the rest of the field are a go. And Greg Palmer already got Ryan Johnson under him for the lead. Love that sound of the speed shot going by that camera up against the wall. Meanwhile, I've got a cat on my desk, making it difficult for me to rearrange things here, get into live racing mode. I think I got it figured out. Thank you, Casey. Got two lines staying formed up here. The high line can move, and you can see Tom Jackson and Greg Palmer not afraid to use it. You can get 3 of those guys, 3 or more, hooked up nice, working together. You see the Wolfpack drivers, Adam and Brad, have found each other. Look to those 2 to stay as close together as possible for the rest of this. Always helps to have a teammate. And Ryan is separated from his 3 checkered flag teammates out there, with DJ Sorrentino on the track in the 86 as well. Ryan has a commanding early lead here. Let's take a look at the Jammin' J cam here. Jason Dulfer, he was stuck on the high line, got back down in there. He'll settle in around 6th, 7th place there. And Tom Jackson's hanging out on the high line, still leading that charge. He's got Brad Otto, he's got Donald Ritchie. Gonna need some more cars, and they're gonna need to get a little more organized if they're gonna keep fighting up there. So far, James Hatch and Chris Beckman just seem content to push Ryan. When I get to that first stop, you're about 18 laps is going to be your pit stop window here tonight. Around the 2 times consumption. So that means we should see 2 or 3 stops here in a full green flag race. I should say 3 or 4, not 2 or 3. Sometimes sometimes you can save some fuel running in the middle of the pack, back of the pack. Extended a couple laps there. Maybe not have to make a final stop. I've seen it. I've done it. Just because they're going fast doesn't mean you can't play fuel mileage at 190 plus miles per hour. I think Greg Palmer wants to start the high line now. He's got Jammin' J, he's got Johnny Doucette. Johnny and Greg have a history of working together on these super speedway races. They are hanging tough up there. I haven't talked much about Rick Castle. They're in 4th place in that Crown Royal Purple, number 124. He's had himself some excellent runs in this young season. Snagged himself a Pro Cup win. I did that this week at Atlanta Pro Cup. Of course, he's got championships over at Carolina Classic Racing. Numerous race wins here. That's one of the guys you don't want to count out at any given weekend. Super-Speedway or otherwise. Sam Young having a good run here tonight. His connection's been stable. His computer's been stable. That's been an issue for him in recent weeks, and so far, so good. Hopefully I didn't just jinx him, as Roscoe Hurst in 35 slips in behind him. Radauto hung out up high. 3 wide, and he's going to get shuffled back. They're moving all over the track, fanning out wide. James Hatch all the way to the top of the track. He's also going to get shuffled back. Not sure what move got him up there. I'm watching the YouTube preview to act as a tape delay for me, because you guys are about 5-10 seconds behind, just by the nature of the internet. And yeah, he just drove it out to the wall off turn 2, and Greg Palmer hooked it left and went right up the middle. So James Hatch either wanted to fall back or he got snookered there. Ooh, Sam blinking. Oh, see, I did jinx it. I did jinx it. I'm sorry, Sam. Hopefully that's the last of that. They got lots of chrome or bare metal at the front of this pack, with the Buick down low for Ryan Johnson, and I guess that is also a Buick. Whatever that template is, that old 80s, early 80s car of Greg Palmer. Kind of looks like an Olds. I'm not sure. It might still be a Monte Carlo. Doesn't seem to have any manufacturer badging on it. Oh, there's pretty definitive proof. From on board, Jam & J. I'd say that's a Buick, all right. Go through the expendable cam on Jam & J here. And James Hatch still riding high on the outside, 3 wide and falling further back. I have to think this is on purpose. All cars that took the green flag are still running, bringing up the rear. Got the 92, Kevin Mays. Currently... Oh no, actually the rear is Nick Walters. Nick Walters has lost the draft somehow. Let's see if we can figure out what happened to him. So here just a couple laps ago, Nick Walters was next to last there, right in front of Kevin Mays. Going through 3 and 4. Everything looks okay. He washes up the track a little bit and then just loses momentum. There's a slip in behind Kevin. And you see his car is just struggling. He's not sucking back up to Kevin Mays' bumper. Just like that, in the matter of half a lap, he's fallen out of the draft with a car that's apparently running just fine. Unless he's having some kind of engine trouble. But usually when that happens, it just plain blows up in this game. Very peculiar. Hopefully it was just a loss of momentum and he can catch a lucky break. But he's currently dropping like a stone. Because once you lose that draft, I mean, his laps are 5 seconds. A full 5 seconds slower than the leaders right now. Meaning they would catch up and lap him in as little as 8 more laps. The only thing that's going to stop it from happening in that span is that they are going to make pit stops. I'd say in the next lap or two. You see guys are working to get themselves to the bottom, even the ones that have been running up high the whole time. Keep an eye on pit road. And we'll keep an eye on this pack as we come up on lap 18. Remember I said the pit window is about 18 laps. I've seen it go as far as 19, 20 by guys, doing a good job of saving. But yeah, this field has been go, go, go. Pedal to the metal from the start. Oh, I just noticed I missed the Farmer Brothers logo when switching the sponsorship over to Brothers Body and Paint. That means that was there all of last season and nobody called me on it. Yeah, we got cars hitting pit road. Your leader, Ryan Johnson, Roscoe Hurst, 124, Rick Castle. Oh, there's a collision. Greg Palmer gets into Rick Castle. Looks like Rick recovers, though. He should be okay. But hopefully that didn't incur a penalty for anybody. That's always the concern when you get hit in the back. Coming to pit road, you get knocked up above the speed limit. Chris Beckman leads the group that stayed out. He's got Adam Simonik going around him to lead that pack now. We'll watch for this group to come down pit road as well. Ryan Johnson down and away. Oh, Adam Simonik locks up the brakes, and Mark DeSenza misses pit road because of it. The 3 car's got to go around. Will he have enough fuel to make it? But that's going to be devastating regardless. He is going to lose the pack. Keeping an eye on the scoring monitor for any black flags. I do not see any on the board. So it looks like the 124 might have gotten away with it. Now the messy entry by the first group might be the saving grace of the 3 car, Mark DeSenza. See Chris Beckman, Jeff Hale down and away. DJ Sorrentino rolling out. House Margison. Oh, the 19 of James Hatch. Hard to the inside wall. Not sure at all what happened there. It almost looked like a wheel disconnecting or something. There is Mark DeCenza on pit road now. It looks like Roscoe Hurst is the big winner on this pit sequence. Coming out in P1 with, or soon to be P1. There it is, it cycled through. Now let's go back and look what happened to James Hatch. So he's pushing. Now, Dan Irvine said Hatch has been dropping the desktop a lot, and that is what it looks like. Yeah, look at that. Oh, brutal. Yeah, that is a drop to desktop, all right. Dang. That is a rough break for the 19 car. An absolutely savage hit to the inside wall. No surprise he retires there, as even if he continued on, even if he caught caution flags, he was going to be out of contention with that level of impact to the wall. We got cars slowing as caution is on the speedway now. And that will be... Man, Nick Walters does not necessarily get the lucky dog free pass, but he is definitely the beneficiary of that caution, as he was about to go a lap down after having lost the draft. Searching for the... Oh, I found the cause. Alright, so you got the 31 of Brad Otto we spoke to before the race, was looking forward to a good run here. It gets into turn 1, and Kevin Mays just up the hill a little bit. Got into Brad's left rear. And that puts him sideways into the wall. Tough break for 31, debuting that new spiffy Wolfpack paint there. Hopefully the damage is contained to the side, not too much up on the nose. It doesn't hurt him aerodynamically too bad. And he should be able to stick with it if that's the case. Sometimes with those side hits, you might not be able to lead, but as long as you stay in the middle of a draft. And oh, Johnny Doucette almost missed his pit and stopped right... Oh, my goodness. He's just, he's having a rough go of it out there. The helicopter view of what happened with Johnny there. Go to the replay and see Ryan's pitted beyond him and is already to his inside, and Johnny turns in. I guess he wasn't so late. I just don't think he realized Ryan was there. Then he had to spin it, and that got him in front of Greg Palmer, slowed him up. I will say, if you're going to have something like that happen, you want to have it happen under caution. Lose a little track position, but that's okay on a super speedway. The 23 laps in here. Looks like we got DJ Sorrentino. Yeah, DJ Sorrentino is dropping back for an end of longest line. Roscoe Hurst, in the middle of all that, got disconnected and has reconnected. Now he's going to probably be a lap down. Keep an eye on that. I think it happened during the yellow flag pit stops. If that's the case, that may have saved him from going a lap down. There is Roscoe. He's got the car rolling.
Hello, is there anybody in there?
Is there anybody in there?
What's up? Better late than never, right? Let's go.
Hell yeah. We got the man, the
Good
myth,
show
the
here.
monster, Milt Minter Jr. Good to see you, buddy. Or at least hear ya.
Pop's up in the lead here. What's up with that?
Well, we had a wild pit stop sequence there. There were cars turned around in pit road all over the place.
In the Scotch Blue Ford. Let's go, Pops.
Yeah, you missed it. He's coming off a Tuesday night win here at Talladega.
Old man can still roll.
That he can. That he can. Now, Roscoe Hurst just had a disconnect. We're looking for scoring to cycle out, and it looks like, man, he got extremely lucky. He disconnected under yellow flag pit stops and comes out not even last on the lead lap, but currently being scored 11th.
Looks like the 19 James Hatch is having some issues too, I see.
James Hatch dropped to desktop, had a heavy impact to the inside wall. And that was curtains for the 19 car, unfortunately. Keep an eye on Nick Walters.
Bro,
See if
boy,
it's
the almost 41. Chris Beckman, good to see him back on track. Almost ran in the back of the 35.
Let's keep an eye on that 14 and Nick Walters. Something happened suddenly that caused him to just drop out of the draft on the first run. He caught that caution just in time to not go a lap down, but we'll see if that car is all right, or if it was a problem that sent him back there.
Back down pit road.
Yeah, why not? Top off.
Johnny Doucette going the Blue Jay way.
Yeah, your leader, as Milty noted, Pops Markson in the 99. Lights are off in the FSB pace car.
You know, whenever I do tile, I never go without my Scotch Blue tape. The only thing that doesn't take the paint off, so the painter isn't mad at you. Tape off your tile stuff.
Always good to keep those painters happy.
Yeah, there's a lot of them, you know. So kind of little, you know, so I got that going for me. They don't mess with Melty. Everybody loves Melty.
All right, Greg Palmer, after having been slowed down by that pit road kerfuffle, decides to come in and top off there.
Well, it's Talladega, Alabama.
Shake
About
it
to
bake,
get
baby.
busy here. Coming up on the halfway point here. You like being in the lead. You like having a teammate behind you. My super speedway wins were, you know, a lot of times having the great Jim Ray behind me. Buddies. Yeah, buddies. You also need great pit stops if you get green flag ones. Lights are out on the pace car.
Yeah, pace car down pit road. Pops Margison, Jammin' J. Dulfer, Tom Action Jackson.
Dulfer's on a roll, man. You know, so watch out.
Yeah, he had that crazy
Funny how
Riverside win to start the season.
Funny how that goes, man. You get a win like that. It's like playing basketball and make your first shot, then they all start to fall. You know.
And we got green flag back in the air. Excuse me. Lap 26 of 76. 50 laps to go here. It's still a two-stop race to the finish.
Whoa!
Oh, Jackson to the outside.
The wall. I don't know. I don't see contact there. I think he got spooked.
Well, something shot Ryan Johnson hard left.
I'm going to take a look back at that while you continue.
I got the replay queued up here.
All right. Yeah, it was just like a quick move there that spooked dude there, and I don't know. Quickly, the outside line forms now. Let's go. 190.
Oh, he got some help there.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if there was contact or not.
See that quick dart move from the 59? He just grazes the bumper.
You wouldn't expect Tom there to get jiggy over his mirror, you know. So, yeah, he got some help.
Yes, indeed. Hopefully that didn't hurt him too bad.
You know, pancakes, you know, IHOP, they're
Pancakes
good,
are-
but
yeah,
not in racing.
Yeah, they're great at IHOP. They're not so good on the right side of your car. Aerodynamics are everything here. Well, I've been talking nonstop for 27 laps here, so I'm going to step aside, take a quick little break, and hand it over to my man Milty.
Jason Dolfer in the lead. Roll racing. Skull me, baby. Outside line's got the momentum right now, but they're no friends in this house as the teammates go down low, the 3 to 29. And they've done this before. Slamming Sammy, the boss, up there, getting it busy. You know, it's great to see Sammy back on the track in iRacing, you know, promoting the new iRacing stuff and still back here running in 2003. It's not that much different. But then it's a lot different. But just good to see him on the track. Health-wise and, you know, computer-wise. Mark DeCenza, how many times, how many years have we seen that big car compete for wins here? They're trying to figure it out. They couldn't. As Up said negative, I'm going to root you out. Now, 3's trying to work both lines. He wants to pick up his buddy on the outside teammate, and the outside lines get him momentum now. Ray racing here. See what the 87 has there. He's back in line, third on the top line. If that pancake, you know, was good, you know, I don't know if he had, you know, strawberry, you know, maple syrup's my thing. I had a pancake today. A little bit cheaper, you know, eating out now that you're a senior. You know how that goes. 29 working the line there, going back down, picking up his teammate. Nice patience there from these veterans, working it. They know they got a long way to go here, but they want to be up front, dictate the pace. Track position. Brian Johnson back there before low line. Side drafting the 63 there a little bit. Or the 63 actually side drafting him, I should say. Let me back down low. These guys aren't messing around. They're going for it. Greg Palmer, they're in the 22 car. That's bitchin' paint right there. McCarty, that's a little strong for me. Roscoe P. Coltrane in the 35 there back after his disconnect.
Yeah, like I was saying, he wasn't the free pass, but he was certainly a lucky dog in that sequence of events. And he is charging to the front.
He's all kick. I'm going to get them Duke boys. 63 stalls out on the outside as he lost the draft a little bit there, and that momentum did not carry for the outside line, and they're going backwards now. 59 picks him up.
Yeah, too early to tell you if there's any ill effects to the 87 car, Tom Jackson. He seems to be doing okay.
Yeah,
tucked into the draft
right now is okay. May have dodged the bullet with the sim. Sometimes you can get those, and the car is virtually the same. But right now, he's got that draft.
Whoa, Roscoe Hurst shifting lanes.
Hurst just does the bunny hop and the pea patch right there.
Looks like Pops Marguson got a little jiggy there too, but held on to it. Oh, some serious blinks from the 98.
About the inside, now moving out. So when do they got a pit? They're going to get about 20 laps out of this.
18 to 20. I'd say closer to 18 here at Talladega.
Always want to be mindful of that in plate racing. You want to be on the bottom when you're ready to pit. Earlier in the race, you think if you're going to get green flag stops, could pit early and break the delta or stay on the delta and pit with teammates.
Sam Young is pulling off the track.
But now, I don't know, they're going to have to just get 2 cans, right? Yeah.
Sam Young pulling off the track, and it looks like Nick Walters as well. Sam having connection woes, and it looks like Nick Walters just was not able to get that car up to speed.
The RLM is on top of this. Pops goes down low, still forced, still worried about Rick Castle behind him. Had a little pucker moment there. Whoa, the 59 87 credit card apart there.
Yeah, when you're sandwiched down there on the bottom, that car can start washing side to side. It's not as easy as it looks.
You know, you're looking forward, but you're looking in the mirror just as much. And then all of a sudden, your vision, these guys, get some in-car here.
Yeah, as the air currents buffet the cars around going through those corners.
Well, you got to see what these guys can't
unpredictable
see.
stuff.
And, can't see Scheiße, you know, as they say in Germany.
All right, hop on board Greg Palmer here.
And he gets to see back to the bone every lap. Right now, you're okay. Now, as you go through the tri-oval, you can't see that apex, so you have to guess where that line is. Now, coming up through the tri-oval into turn 1, you've got to guess your turning point. See, he gets a little air on the nose, and also gets his.
Oh, there's a wreck. Turn 1.
Coming back, every lap's different. And we got a caution.
Got a caution involving the 41 here.
Still can't make it to the end, but that creates possibilities. Got to stop here and get fuel. Tires, maybe not. Might go no tires here and then 2 tires on your next stop.
Wow, that was a chain reaction there. Back that up and look at it on the helicopter. A couple cars ahead of Chris Beckman. You see the 43. Donald Ritchie, and Roscoe pushes up, gets him sideways. Then here comes Chris. And that saves the 43 Donald Ritchie, but then Chris just along for the ride. Yeah. Back end slap, and then the front whips around. So that could be some trouble for the 41. That's definitely not going to do him any aerodynamic favors.
Well, we got a caution here. I see my teammate Jordan McGregor. And
McGregor!
you got to find this dude. Gosh darn it, I can't remember the name of. We subscribe to the short track internet deal, so we get to watch him every Saturday night. Our teammate on I can't remember. And run at Hickory Motor Speedway, and he's getting better and better. Podium, second, and then transmission failure. So he's going to be back tomorrow night at somewhere around 5:30 Pacific. I wish Jim Ray was here. I can't remember the subscription, but it's a short track subscription you can buy and watch short track racing all over the world. And, it's so cool to have, when you sim race, you want to pretend to be a real race car driver. Yeah, my dad was a real race car driver, but not me. I'm a tile setter, and you see, a sim racer, guy you raced with, won the 24 hours at Daytona with, and then he's out there running a real race car, and we get to watch him on Saturday nights. It's pretty bitching.
How about Racing America TV?
Oh, man, this is driving me nuts now. It's not ARCA, it's... Okay, I'm going to text somebody here. I'll get back to you.
ShortTrackSuperSeries.com.
If I could type, I'd be somebody, but
Short Track TV.
Please, the service we watch Jordan on. I mean, it's just amazing, I mean, we all marvel at, of course, he's a young guy, so there's Ken. Ken, help me. What do we watch Jordan on there on Saturday nights? In fact, I think I'm going to pay $30 here. It's $150 a year, but you can watch short track racing from all over the United States. Also seeing Dan Irvine in here bitching the roll. We got some fans starting to boost up for the 63 here. He's got a legitimate chance at a championship here.
Yeah, I mean we've known that for a long time, and he's off to as good a start as you can hope for, winning the first week at Riverside. But man, if only it were that easy. He's still gotta fight these dogs off for 11 more races. No, it's Flow Racing.
Flow Racing, there you go. Thank you, sir. Ken sought it out, and in fact, I think it's my turn to pay, and it's definitely worth it. They're old school, short track Saturday night stuff with the announcers. They got one camera, and it sits there in the grandstands watching them going around. But, he's driving at the world famous Hickory Motor Sports facility, that's where NASCAR drivers are made. And we're so hoping that he gets a chance, gets seen, because we're seeing it, I mean, what a great driver he is. I spotted him in FSB, and I was, he came to me like, hey, can I do iRacing with you guys? And I was like talking to Jim Ray, are you freaking that we got a guy wants to race with us? Yeah, we got to sign him. He got $1 million nothing contract there, but even in our Discord channel, we have a McGregor Racing channel, so
Nice.
he gets to post stuff during the week, and obviously he's subscribed to Jordan McGregor Racing on YouTube, and then you get a lot of little shorts, some car footage this week.
We got a split decision here with the field. About I don't know, about a third of them have decided to top off.
The 29 at the last minute. Okay, I'm a little behind here because I'm watching the. Hey, there's the great Slim Jim Gately. Snap yourself into a Slim Jim. Yeah, I can't type. Well, it's
So
exciting times here for FSB, and it's always been about us. So I don't care how many cars you got out on the track. It's just the people and the racing has always been badass, and that's the way it's starting up with iRacing now. Recruiting is, whatever, and in iRacing, you can get anybody from anybody in the world to run with you, but, are they cool? Do they race? Do they race clean? Do they have good sportsmanship? That's going to be the challenge for FSB as they move forward with iRacing, and of course, staying with this sim too is it ain't going away. It's a great sim.
That is true. Here we are in the 20th anniversary year. Well, we got the lights off in the FSB pace car on lap 40. About to take the restart on lap 41 of 76. Jeff Hale has risen to the top as he is wont to do here at Talladega.
Oh, hail Jeff.
Greg Palmer second. Mark D. Rocket DeSenza overcoming a couple of little setbacks tonight, and he's right back there in P3 with his teammate Ryan Johnson behind him. Tom Jackson showing no ill effects of that little bump in the backstretch. Currently P5. Pace car is off.
A little shout out for Matt Watkins. Some pictures today. He is at Darlington and watched the truck race tonight.
Nice.
Of course, he lives right there, so that makes sense, right? Otherwise, he'd be probably whipping our butts here tonight.
Now he's gone all in on iRacing. He doesn't like running both of them.
Yeah, he's. Everybody has only so much time, so.
Yep.
And
doesn't have that much time, so he doesn't like to have to adjust between them back and forth.
I give him a lot of guff, and yeah, because you know how great these drivers are, and I've raced against them. You race against them. You're a great driver, and he is so good, and he's showing it on the world stage. And if he had the time and which he looks like he's putting it in, he could be a top 50 guy in the world and running, with Dale Jr. and all those guys. I see it, I mean, and, then you're like, I raced against that dude. I actually beat him, a couple times. That kind of ties it into, how much I'm rooting for the young fella.
Yeah, he was nipping at my bumper for my first Pro Cup win.
Yeah, I mean, you know who he is, and now the world's seeing that. As the world's seeing some great moves there, as the 124 Rick Castle gets down and gets funky.
Well, we got the teammates hooked up.
Nice move. It's starting to become cutthroat time here now. It's got.
Well, they got to make one more stop, so you can't go too crazy.
You're right.
Yeah, I think those checkered flag boys, they just wanted to get hooked up come hell or high water. And they got DJ 2 cars behind them, but front 3, it's all checkered flag. Jeff Hale, Mark DeSenza, and Ryan Johnson.
Well, you're always thinking about the green flag pit stop scenario. So then you adjust from there.
Yeah, and while those may be the Achilles heel of Mark DeCenzo, they are. That's in the strengths of Jeff Hale and Ryan Johnson.
Well, the great thing about this sim and this track is, the outside line can win this race. So right now, maybe not. It's just kind of chilling, like you said. Time to go. Time to go. There's going to be takers when it's taking time. I'm on the inside there right now, 4th or 5th place. Rick Castle, I always talk about how when I watch him, he reminds me of me in the stock car. Not that guy that's going to be blinding fast, but always right there. And I'm liking where I'm at. If I'm the 124 right now, it's like, okay, stay down low, just ride with these guys, then try to execute my stop, and then get some business. But Ryan Johnson's like, I got ideas here. Now this outside line's starting to work. Should I pick him up? Should I stay with my teammate? I don't know. I might get, you got to be careful. You got to defend low, or somebody going to come up on you. And the 22, Greg Palmer's, like a coyote there sniffing. Whoa! Oh, and Jason Dolphin.
Oh no, that is a massive hit for last week's winner.
Massive hit.
Took the 43 with him too. That was my random number generated pick for tonight.
Oh, that's a hard lick right there.
See, even Google can be the kiss of death with the random number generation.
Everything was getting discombobulated behind, and I don't know if guys were trying to get somewhere or just trying to find a spot where nobody was at. But
chain reaction.
Bad, really quick.
Yeah, look at the chain reaction start here. I'll back it up a little bit. And we'll go helicopter. So Johnny Doucette starts backing off of Tom. Brad starts backing off Johnny. 41
so
backs up.
Contact there, and so Dolfer slows down and gets hit from behind, I think, Yeah,
watch it real time from on board the 63.
Oh, he got some help there, yeah, but it was like, you're at 192 miles an hour right there. It's very difficult.
That accordion starts, it's just, there's nothing you can do sometimes.
As a driver, you turn the wheel like you think you're going to save it. And you're like turning the wheel and you ain't saving nothing.
And man,
you dead.
The racing gods giveth and the racing gods taketh away is last week's winner in the season opener. Jason Dulfer has retired the number 63 car on the spot, which tells you he probably had some severe engine damage there.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, Donkey Bob, you don't want to give up, but when you got a crap box there, you're done. Hey, car's coming out here. I'll step away for just a sec. I'll be right back.
All right, as we get closer and closer to the finish of this deal here, we're still going to need one stop to finish it. Yep, the random jinx. Though I don't know how hard the 43 hit in that. We should go right on board with him to at least keep the camera focused on the 43 through that incident. See if you actually hit anything. You know what, Ken? He might not have hit anything. Let's ride with the 43 Donald Ritchie, or at least keep the camera on him. See, it was his contact that sent Jay around, not really his fault. And, you know, at moderate damage, I think he might not have any. And nose looks clean. I do believe Mr. Ritchie dodged a bullet there. Probably had to come in for new tires and shorts. Several takers on pit road right now. Guys are trying to minimize what you want to take on that, what they're going to need to take on that last stop. I know Tom Jackson's gone to the Pony Express School of Super Speedway strategy, so you know he's going to take advantage of these top-offs. He knows the deal. Super Speedway racing is our specialty over at our team.
Well, and you have that, you know. I mean, you know, back in the day in FSP, it was the ECR guys or Rich Johnson, Danny Falcon. They were brutally efficient. They raised the bar for everybody else, you know. And we're not good enough.
Catch you later, Slim.
Good night, Slim. I bet you he's going fishing tomorrow.
Well, we said he's at the river.
Oh,
Man,
that's a no-brainer, right? Yeah.
If Slim Jim Gately's at the river, then fish don't stand a chance.
Well, this is only going to get more interesting because how things are winding down here. Still going to have to stop again, right?
Yeah, they're going to have to make at least one more... make one more stop. These guys that topped off, and in fact, I wouldn't be surprised if people top off again. Looks like Donald Ritchie's thinking about it.
Really an issue here, so...
No, it's not tires, but you want to take as little fuel as possible on that final stop. Because that can be tenths, even seconds, that you can make up and maybe
so as
get
a
away from
driver
them.
right now, you're looking at your F screen and you're turning tires off, right? Yeah.
Well, the final stop's gonna be.
You can turn it back on
If it's at least a can, you can take 2 tires and not slow anything down.
So then you're setting up 2 tires. The fastest way is to get 2 left side tires. Have you done that in your progression throughout the night on these yellow flag stops? You know.
Well, the guys who topped off, they had no reason not to change 4 because they're going to be at the back anyway, and then they can take whatever tires they want on the final stop.
Well, then you want inside tires because it's a faster pit stop, right?
Exactly. So you make sure you at least got your right sides taken care of here during the top offs, so that they'll be fresh, as fresh as they can be. You know, you're not going to run 2 cycles on those, and take your lefts or nothing on the final stop. So we're going to take the restart here on lap 50 of 76. Meaning, it's going to be close to a 1 can final stop here. I bet someone could save and get it to that.
Greg, I'm not Emerson, Lake, and Palmer if you're going to be like ESPN there.
Oh, what a lucky man he is in the lead.
Chris Berman, yeah.
No, I caught it. Played along.
Yes, you did. Brian Johnson, hungry for a win. Hungry. He wants a Wendy's burger with,
So
and
he's
then get in a fist fight with Ross Chastain or something, you know.
so he's in Depeche mode, hungry like a wolf.
He wants some Noah Gregson action here.
Pace cars off. Greg Palmer, Ryan Johnson, Mark D. Rocket Descenza, DJ Sorrentino.
Mark pushing on the 59.
Leading us to green.
Mark gets a great start there. 59 lying back, wanting to get a run here. That's a good little smart pull as the teammates work. They got to go together. DJ wants to get a part of that. 59 chases his mind. Goes down low.
You got
22
snookered.
out to dry. He's in the sucker hole. He's going backwards, folks.
And look at
No,
Chris.
he gets slots in front of Rick Castle there. Very smart driving by both those guys. Castle knew, and he wants to get in here, and I need a buddy. Okay, let's chill. And that's the thing about Rick Castle. Always such a smart, situational driver. Okay, I mean, that's no-go paint. Nope. They always say, like on TV, you know, that, you know, well, anybody can win these, you know, super speedway races, you know, when they're talking like NASCAR. And yeah, well, you know, the thing is, every one of those guys are really good. But we can say the same thing in this league. Anybody in this race right now can win this race.
Yeah, anyone can, but there's a group that tends to. That's true in the real super speedway racing. Like you got your Denny Hamlins and Brad Keselowski's out there.
They find they have a sixth sense of. You know, plate racing is very misunderstood for those that don't understand how badass it is and how difficult it is.
Yeah. I mean,
What did Dale Sr. say? What they say about Dale Sr.? He could see the air. Yeah.
He said he could see the air, but what he could probably really do was feel it. He could hear it and he could feel it. And he discovered side drafting. I went back and watched, I think it was like the 1991. Duran Duran was hungry like a wolf, not Depeche Mode. You're right, Ken.
That's smart brother right there. That's my teammate.
Yeah, but I went back and watched like the 1991 Busch Clash or Twin 125s or something like that. It was the Twins. And Dale Earnhardt, after his race, was talking about dumping air onto the spoiler of another car. So he was there talking about side drafting, that they were acting like was a brand new thing in the 2000s. He was talking about it 10 years before, 15, 20 years before, right there on air, and it just went right over everybody's head. And we've got a wreck at the back of the field. The 43 caught up again. The 13, Pops Marguson, your Tuesday night winner.
The ultra veteran right there around Scotch Blue Ford. Let's see what happened.
Looks like going into turn 3, Johnny is in the middle. And, yeah, he didn't get the room he needed there.
Yeah, Pops was standing down low, but he looks like he kind of came up, and Johnny had a car on his outside, so he was afraid to give too much room there. He was trying to, shoot the middle there. That's a racing incident right there.
Yeah, the guy stuck in the middle lane there has every reason to expect that he can follow that dashed line
Yeah,
around.
he would have given much more room, but he had cars on his outside, so he had to. In the split second moment, that's what happens. Welcome to. If it was easy, anybody could do it.
And that definitely got some damage on the 43 as he got hammered into the wall there by the 13. So there it is, the official drinks. Ken says he saw.
Now what you do? 22 laps here is probably gonna be 20. You might make it here.
And now you wanna
that thing full of fuel.
You want to do it on the Let's see. There's nobody down laps anymore. Everybody's retired.
You do it. You do it. Out too,
yeah, you do it. You do it next time.
Around.
Yeah, you do it next time. Not this time. And either try to save, or like you said, hope for caution, or hope that you just have to pit for a splash. We'll see. Yeah, Ken's saying he saw Duran Duran live with 18,000 screaming girls and didn't hear much else.
Yeah, dude, seen everybody that played the guitar back in the day. Kid Soska is cosmopolitan, man.
You see, I wanted that song. I wanted that.
Well, everybody got to pit, right? Yeah, I mean.
I think I just wanted that song to be Depeche Mode because it just worked right, and he was in Depeche Mode. But oh well. I always say there's a reason I didn't like music when I was a kid, and it's because I was growing up in the 80s.
Well, I used to have a sticker on the back of my Volkswagen Bug and had the finger up there, and it said "Disco sucks." So
yeah.
we
was
knew
the 70s.
Where I was coming from, And I had AC/DC and Led Zeppelin on my stickers, and my dad was like, AC/DC, you know what that means? And I'm like, well, it's electricity, right? Oh, man, that means you go both ways. I'm like, what are you talking about? The band, Dad.
Yeah, almost nobody uses it that way, probably because of the band.
Well, when you're, he was old fart, so.
They took it. They took it off the back of their mom's sewing machine. The Transformer.
The leader stay out.
No, he stays out. Chris Beckman's going to top off, though. Chris Beckman, Roscoe Hurst, Jeff Hale.
Beckman is I'm going to the finish right here. So the rest of them think they're going to have to stop again. So that answers your question there. The 41 was thinking like I was, heck with it. Let's do this.
They got another shot at it because the lights are still on the FSP pace car.
Exactly. So, but that gives him track position. If they stop now, they're going to get track position on it. He's going to get track position on them, right?
Yep. Then he's going to have to save a little to be on equal ground. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out.
And that was always, obviously my weak spot is thinking. It's easy when you're sitting here drinking a beer and watching the race. You can tell, you should do this. But,
honestly, Milty, I've found
the car and it's pucker moment, and you gotta, you got your teammates in your ear, So, and I had great teammates, which really helped me out.
You know what I've found in the 5 years we've been doing this together, Milty, is that I find it easier to calculate this stuff when I'm driving than it is when I'm watching.
Well, that's because you're a brainiac, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, it's because you're there in it. You're feeling what the car's doing. You're seeing real time how you can affect that fuel mileage.
Well,
what the car's
your
getting.
Personality is. That's why you've won so many races. Is you're cool under pressure. Not so much. I'm a little more emotional. I drive with my heart on my sleeve, so.
Oh, when it gets down the last couple laps and it's still close,
quite,
There were more than a few times I've heard my pulse in my headset, as we get to the last few laps of these races. Like, I'm not joking about
Whoa!
it. If I'm
Four
wearing close...
cars go in and the leader stays out.
Yeah. Ryan Johnson
And
is
several
committed to
cars.
staying out, and there's a gaggle of cars coming down pit road
that
there.
changes everything. That makes this. You know, Ryan Johnson is on a. You know, he got. Yeah, man, I don't know. I think he should.
Lights are out. I have to agree with you, Milty.
But, you know,
I would have
like I said,
definitely
you know,
taken that, because we're going to take this restart with 19 to go.
caution comes out with 10 to go. Already time to go. These guys are going to be able to stay out if they can save a little fuel. In fact, they're getting in the window right now. Oh, no bueno. Pat Auto, Fresno, California. 1, 2, 3, 4, United States Marine Corps. Where has he won races? He come from nowhere, Where has he won races? At these big plate races. And here he is. Adam Semenik, there he is too. I mean, these guys are rolling the dice here, so. Yeah, well. We got a ball game here.
FSB Racing, Pontiac Firebird pace car, ducks down pit road one more time here.
Pontiac.
Gonna take this restart on lap 58 of 76. 19 laps to go. Who's gonna have enough to finish?
Johnny Cash, I got 19 laps to go.
Well, Ryan Johnson's in.
Laps to go.
Ryan Johnson's in water that's 6 feet high and rising, mama.
No, in the 016, Adam Semenik doesn't get a good start there.
Not sure if it was him or if it was Pops.
Greg Palmer is he's looking for bear here. Pops gets hung out to dry on the outside and he'll go backwards. And nobody's going to pick him up, for a while here. Got plenty of time.
Well, we're on board. We're on board with Jeff Hale, and he is clutching down the backstretch. So he's trying to stretch this out and make it these final 19 laps. Ryan Johnson does not have a prayer.
So this could work in the favor of the leaders, because if the pit guys are worried about it, they might not be able to make it either. So, and when you're in front, like the 59 here, as Brad Otto is taking a look at the 59, dogging him hard. Like, wait a minute, dude. These are races I win. Don't win too many, but I pulled off some great ones. And
well, part of what got Brad that win was some good fuel strategy, and I think he knows what he's got.
Absolutely, yeah.
Don't know if he wants to be up there just yet, or if he's just swinging wide.
He kind of forced himself up high. He needs to get back down low, and he does. And the caution is out.
Caution's out. That's really going to help.
Everything.
That's going to help all these guys that stayed out. I still don't think Ryan can make it.
Yeah, but so the guys that pitted with this extra time here and clutching, they should be able to stay out. Bosses Los, what caused this?
I found it. Just getting it queued up here for us. Pops Markison, he dropped all the way back to P10 on that restart, and he was right in front of Tom Jackson, and goes up the hill and slows up, and Tom gets a piece and sends the 99 down into, once again, the 43. Poor guys hit everything but the lottery tonight, and 86 of DJ Sorrentino tangled up in that as well.
Oh my gosh. That's how it happens. You just mind your own business and oh no. Tough for DJ here. Had a good car here. Shouldn't be too much damage, but the fight for the win is going to be tough.
The good news is neither DJ nor Donald hit one of the walls. 59 Ryan Johnson, Brad Otto, and the 31 and 016 of Adam Simonik all down pit road. All those guys have stayed out. They have to come get.
Really, like, I don't know. I mean, when he went into that corner, thing just didn't seem to turn for him. And
Oh, Adam Simonik overshoots his pit stall, and he's taking tires. Costly pit stop mistake there.
Gotta be on top of this stuff. Believe me, I've made every mistake you could make.
Actually, it might not have been that big a deal because it looks like they're the only three that were not involved in that wreck who chose to pit.
Yeah, he did a good job backing up and getting right into a stall. But he lost track position there.
Track position they were losing anyway because, well, again, they're the only ones who came in the top off. All these other guys on the lead lap in the main pack, they've got the fuel to make it now with this caution flag.
Well. How about that?
That's what made that top off run on the last caution flag so important.
Greg Palmer. What? The 41. Now that Highline Racing team, they think long term here and got himself. Been a while since I've seen him on Friday nights, and he hasn't missed a step here. How it unfolds. Yeah, this is when you start to pucker here. You know, Ken Soska watching tonight, really been giving Matt Watkins a run for his money. FSBI Racing, that championship, and as we move forward with that deal, put a ton of work in and running in the A class there in iRacing, and B and C sometimes. Really good run for the Donkeys. 1, 2, 3 Wednesday night. Not too shabby. And you know, obviously they got a huge advantage with a lot of experience in iRacing. So guys getting on board, learning how that works. It takes some time, you know. Like when we switched from NASCAR 3 to NASCAR 2003. Huge change and understanding steering settings, physics, the feel, dealing with the constant setup changes, part of iRacing. Here, you got and with the sim, you got what you got, and they're great setups, and they've been perfected over time. So, and everybody's run them over and over again. So, up and show up pretty quickly, and you're used to it. That's definitely going to be some work. And a lot of these guys have, started to dabble a little bit. See Jeff Hale out there. It's a struggle.
Well, keeping it to the ALP theme from before, welcome back, my friends, to Greg Palmer. On point here as we get ready to go back to green next time by.
Show that never ends.
Well, the show does end.
Come inside.
Giggity.
Well, there's always a special feeling when when the pace car lights go off and you're leading Talladega, and you got the hungry wolves behind you. There's a focus level that attain or try to attain that you don't normally have. Try to keep your mind clear. When you're in the lead, you want to defend. You want to defend low, and you want some help. But with the outside line working so well, you also have to think about working that. Truly old sim, but you watch the physics and the racing, and you're seeing stuff that you see on Sundays. How the air works. I mean, they did an amazing job with this stuff. Them is the benchmark for anything that's happened since then.
Pace cars in. Green flag in the air. So we'll see if anybody still has to save. See if Ryan Johnson and the Wolfpack drivers behind them can get their way back up front. They've definitely got the fuel to make it to the finish here, having come in to top it off.
You don't get a lot of time, so you need to get stuff going here. The guys that were leading, like Brad Otto and back in the back here, you need to think about the outside line and when that's going to develop and pick that up. If you want to move forward, that's probably what you're going to have to do. Kevin Mays on the outside there, trying to develop that and come up on the outside line, which is already developing. Otto decides to change low, but now we got 3 wide down the back straight. Donald Ritchie, what kind of a car does he have left? We don't know. You got to think about that in your head, too, as the race goes on. Who's been in crashes? A lot to think about as a driver and crew chief.
Go on board Ryan Johnson here as he picks his way back up into the top 10.
Roscoe, just the 35. Boy, he's trying to squeeze in on the 86.
Tom Jackson hung out to dry.
16 can't do it. And finally he does. patience and professionalism of the 35 here of Roscoe, even though, you know, things have went bad for him. Been patient, kept that car clean, but he's got some work to do now. Donald Ritchie in the 43, how much damage does he have? Well, we don't know, but he's hanging with that outside line.
Coming up on 10 to go.
Still, 10 laps to go. You're leading the race here. You're thinking, I like this.
I think Greg Palmer is probably feeling good about Chris Beckman being behind him, with Chris Beckman having been involved in at least one or two incidents. Has some damage. Probably got a car that can push better than it can lead, and you got to figure Chris knows that, and he's probably going to keep it right there in the draft.
But the outside line is formed. They went through their little misfit stuff there, getting in line, and now they're okay. We got to get busy here.
Look at Donald Ritchie, who's been in several incidents tonight. He's right there in the mix too, third in line in the high line.
Otto wants to go there in the 31, so he goes out wide, but he loses the draft on the outside line, which, that hurts the outside line a little bit, but he gets back in line now.
He wanted to go, but he had nowhere to go.
Yeah, and now he's still on the outside there, and maybe he doesn't feel like the car is good enough, I don't know. But that's hurting the outside line. Somebody needs to pick it up, and here comes 59.
Yeah, Ryan Johnson fills that gap. That'll help tighten up, though.
Gotta get going here right now, Money time here.
Yeah, Highline's got to get... Oh, a little bump in side by side. Ryan Johnson and Johnny Doucette.
Donald Ritchie means business here. Damage or no damage, he doesn't care. I got the 43 here. Don't want to look down to that center line. Now he's pushing. Good job by Donald there.
Look at Ryan Johnson sticking right to the door.
This is so
the inside
hard.
line down the back.
Oh, Ryan gets spooked on the 35 there and misses. Like we showed earlier with the in-car, and you can't see that much, especially on the outside. Oh, the 59 trying to make some moves here. Let's get some in-car here, or maybe not.
Here we are.
Got coming up on 6 to go.
We've been with Ryan in car since the drop there. He's on the right side.
Okay, yeah, I don't see that feed, so
Yep.
that's why you're the director. And when I watch the broadcast after, I'm like, man, this dude's badass. Come on, do something.
Well, you've complained in the past about single file finishes at these super speedways. We are getting anything but that tonight.
No. Oh, Ryan Johnson gets the apron a little bit.
Yeah, he's still in it. He's still there, fourth
got
in
his
line on the
foot
bottom.
in it, baby.
Teammate DJ Sorrentino cuts down in front of him. Gets those two lined up.
The 29 gets ahead as the teammates get together on the outside.
Was the 29 scored the lead that time by? Waiting for the scoring ticker to update. Yes, he was. 29 is your official leader.
Now. It's like me and Jim Ray years ago. Got that inside line. You're committed. We got it. There's nowhere else we can go. So we got to go for it.
I'm looking down at
the ebb and flow, where the outside line has a different draft than the inside line. So there's places where just like the 405 freeway in LA, where you got to back off or you're going to run into somebody. Except you're going 195 miles an hour. these guys on the outside, Greg is thinking about defending the outside a little bit, but I don't know if I would do that. I would stick with my guys. What are we seeing here? Okay, the outside line gets you on the back straight, but then when you get to the front straight, the inside line goes. So why change?
Oh,
But
31
then
shoots out of line again.
the outside's starting to work there. Red Auto. Nowhere to go. As you cross the line, though, the outside line has the advantage. What can you do? I don't know what you can do.
These two lines just keep swapping the lead back and forth. Previous time by, it was Greg Palmer. This time by, Jeff Hale.
You always think about tendencies here. So how does it work? Who gets in front where? Obviously, the important spot is start-finish line.
59 and Ryan Johnson has moved up top to help his front row teammates, or checkered flag teammates, rather.
You're seeing the outside line winning at the line barely.
Yeah, Hale leads that one too. 3 to go.
What can you do? I don't know if you can do nothing unless you get ahead enough on the back straight to bail and get in front of the 29 here, but you can't. It's not happening. That outside line is trucking, dude.
Well, the third outside line is formed.
On one right here. Jeff Hale. Arguably, not arguably, probably one of the best plate racers ever raced in this league in over 20 years. Is on one here. Get some.
2 to go. Blocking becomes legal now. And all bets are off.
Everybody wants to get on the podium on Friday night. Heck with this, the 29 goes down to defend.
He has to.
Blocks the 22 and bails on his teammate.
He had to do it.
Time now. It's coming up on 1 to go. Great move by Hale here. Will the 22 put a fender on him or not? No.
You can't at these speeds.
These guys are so good. Are you kidding me?
White flag this time by.
White flag. So what do? Do you jump back into the outside? The outside's getting some momentum. 22's going to pick up the outside here.
He thought about it.
Because he's got a car outside of it. Smarter saying outside.
Plus, we don't know what the nose of that 41 can do. 41's clear. 41's clear. 22 and 41 can go high if they choose to right now. And there you go.
Lost momentum. 22 wants to get in, but here comes the 41 rooting himself in. 22 has made his decision. He's going outside here. The three's
going all the way to the outside.
They go 3 wide, and that hoses the outside. Jeff Hale only needs a few corners there, and they're wrecking
behind him.
Big crash behind, and they're going for the line here. This will be your win. Cars down on the apron. Jeff
Hale. Beckman.
Wow.
Palmer.
Beckman P2. Photo finish for P3 there. Roscoe P. Coltrane. Roscoe Hurst, what a great drive again. Every time I watch this guy, his skill and patience and just a driver, man. He may have got P3. Let's see. Official results. What a show.
And here you go. Here's where the source of the late crash was there. 86, 13, 87 all got stuck together there. Adam Simonic goes for a ride. Oh, Ryan Johnson hard impact the inside wall, trying to miss all that.
Well, what do we watch on TV? They crash hard at the end. You're paid to go for it. Yeah. You guys aren't getting paid. Johnny Doucette gets rim road by the 016 there. I mean, in the sim, I mean, you're just seeing stuff crashing and flying on you. Bam, bam, bam. Awesome.
So again, your winner, Jeff Hale, the 29, 41, Chris Beckman, second place, Greg Palmer. Is
Great race for
third
the
place,
20.
Rick Castle,
I
in the
mean,
124. Roscoe Hurst rounds out your
you
top
knew
five.
he was going to get hosed there. I mean, the outside had too much momentum, and you guys were going to lie about and just let this stuff happen. They're going to, go for it. What a great show these guys put on, dude. Awesome. Burn them off, son. I need a beer for this, so I'll be right back. Maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah, Milty had to jump straight from the grocery store to the booth, so he needs to make a beer run there. Well, that was a Talladega finish for you. The winning move coming from the outside. And it looks like Roscoe Hurst will take over your points lead. Jason Dolfer falling to 7 points back after winning last week and then falling out of this race. So yeah, that consistency paying off early. Mark DeSenza moves up to second. Jeff Hale jumps all the way up to a tie for second there. 3 points back. So, very young season, obviously wide open in the points here. You got 2 major variables out of the way right away. The road course race to start the season, and of course, Super Speedway race tonight. Those who would poo-poo Super Speedway racing say we get back to the real tracks now, but I don't know, I think Jeff Hale would disagree with that. As we noted, he is a Super Speedway specialist, and he showed why tonight. Let me just get out of NASCAR here. And I'll look at the schedule for next week. And getting the forum up. And Milty will go down and get our podium finishers. Alright, Wins Cup Series, Season 46, schedule settings and setup. So tonight was Talladega. Next week we go from the super high speeds in drafting of tonight to the short track, the progressive banking in Indianapolis for Indianapolis Raceway Park, IRP. I love that track. I don't know what version are they running the WKC or are they running the PWF one? We'll have to figure that out ahead of time.
Oh, man, I just seen a big smile from your face. Love that track.
Absolutely, it's a great track, IRP. And Talladega, I've had some moments here too. But we got everybody except Mr. Palmer. You gonna go get our last podium finisher there? We'll start with Chris, who had to overcome some stuff tonight there in the 41. Got involved in at least one incident there. How was the car? Did it have a clean enough body to push, or were you just resigned, or to lead rather, or were you just resigned to pushing Greg there to the finish?
No, 41 was pretty beat up. We had a little bit of contact early in the race, so we got run into on pit road as well, and a little mix up there. And I was kind of hoping that the 124 there, Mr. Castle, was gonna push me a little more. I think I needed a little help to give Greg the help that he needed, but at that point I couldn't really get out of the way. But yeah, it was tough. Jeff and Mark were really working good on the high side. It was a heck of a battle there. Those last 10 laps was pretty exciting. Considering we've been off for about 4 months, or a little rusty, I think that was pretty good run.
Oh,
Yeah,
powered by butter.
off the couch and on the podium, not too shabby, bro.
Yeah, it's a great job by Jeff. I knew once he got up in front of us, he was not much we could do to get around him. I wish I could have pushed Greg a little bit better. I feel kind of bad. I feel like I let him down a little bit, but
And it looked like you were beating the bumper off best you could, considering what your car had been through.
Well, yeah. The stuff behind you guys was getting. Guys were trying to move, so they really kind of hosed the outside line there. And early Greg got. You like your chances with 15 to go, being on the bottom with a great pusher behind you, but it didn't work out that way for Greg.
yeah, it was a good night though.
Line was moving, then it didn't. Then after that, it didn't move.
Yeah, just want to thank Ryan for the great job he does admitting. Thank Sam Young and you guys up here in the booth for having us. Thank Highline Racing, and good job, Greg. We had a shot at him.
Yeah, great return to Friday night there, Chris. Good to see you back on the track. Hopefully we see some more of you. Hopefully you're rested and refreshed and ready to go at it again.
Yeah, appreciate you guys.
All right, Chris Beckman again with that P3 finish there. Was pushing Greg Palmer, who ended up second, pushing him hard on that inside line. Greg looked like you had this one in as good a position as you could ask for. How was your night overall there?
I'm pretty pleased, except for my first pit stop when I had a brain fart and I skidded off and I wound up in last. But I made it up, yellows and 2 tire stops.
Yeah, you ended up in the grass, right?
Yeah, I did. I got into Rick Cassell, and luckily I didn't get blacked, and he didn't get penalized either, so it turned out pretty good.
Yeah, that was about as lucky as you could get for that type of incident there, so that definitely helps. But yeah, great recovery from that, and of course you always run great here on these super speedways. And man, what more do you think you need there to hold off the hailstorm?
A couple more cars to go with me. Yeah, I knew they were going to go to the outside.
That's it.
Yeah,
it's always a couple more cars. A couple more cars that fix everything 90% of the time.
Yeah, I just it stalled on him, and Jeff had the momentum, and then once he got in front, everybody was battling behind. So, I mean, that was the moment right there, the pass moment that where the momentum was perfect. Then after that, it was combobulated behind. So it never happened again.
I noticed you were hanging out there in the Synergy channel. Have you got any kind of team movement announcements here? Because I know you were left teamless there after everybody moved off to other pastures.
Yeah, they took me under their wing. They said, "Come on down." So I had whisper with Johnny and with Don and Jace. I feel bad for Jace. He got taken out of this race.
It was a hard wreck. He was the point leader coming in too.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
We had a good race going, good drafting going on. So it feels good to be back here with guys. I float around. I'm in a couple of leagues, so I go from here to there. So it was great to get back here and really draft with guys that know how to draft.
I know what you mean.
That was great.
I check out the broadcasts of those other leagues every now and then to see how other guys do it, and I'm like, hey, I know him.
I hear you.
Yeah, I see you out there. Well, it's good to have you back here and on home turf, so to speak, and hopefully we'll see you out Tuesday nights. We need some numbers out there, man.
See what I can do. I thank you guys, Milt and Sean, for all you do here at the broadcast. You guys are great, man.
All right, great run, Greg. And there's your winner, the Super Speedway Dominator. If we had an Intimidator in this league, that would be Jeff Hale when it comes to Talladega.
Been going on for like 20 years, so
congrats, Jeff.
Congrats, Jeff. And that worked out just like you drew it up, right?
Yeah, back in the saddle again. But first thing, I want to thank you guys for what you do and putting on this broadcast. It's always fun to watch afterwards, and I always look forward to it. But yeah, all in all tonight, great teamwork by the whole team. Of course, strategy kind of always change. Sitting there topping off, watching the fuel. Like it's going to come down to a few mileage race, and so that changed things up a little bit. But yeah, I got a good run, put myself in position there at the end, and things worked out. Had Mark behind me, and I was glad that he was able to push me, but had to kind of cut him loose there. About 2 to go, like Greg and them were getting a big run underneath. So in order to do what I had to do, I had to cut Mark loose and go down low. And
Yeah, well, and
Yeah, that was the pivotal move of the race, but
Yep.
that was like perfect team stuff. Like we always said, with it, on our team, with a couple laps to go, then we get ourselves in that position, then it's on. I mean,
yeah, if I was in Mark's spot pushing Tom or Nick there,
that was a great move right there. That was a race winning move.
yeah,
Awesome.
if I was in that same spot pushing one of my guys, I would have told him the same thing. You get clear of that little line, you get down.
Well, I kept saying, like, is somebody gonna like work the outside in and try to draft off the outside when they get momentum, but at the same time you had teammates behind you, so that was perfect work. It's like, okay, we've got here, I got free reign to make a decision, and you went up high and blocked, and then came back down and carried that momentum. That was great work.
Yeah, like you've done this before or something, man. Well, that puts you in a tie for second with
you
Mark
badass.
DeSenza. You're looking at making the full Friday night schedule this season?
Things always busy with my job and stuff. A lot of times I have to stay out of town, so it's kind of like see how it goes.
Play it by ear.
So, yeah, but
Awesome.
Just to get a win in this league with these great drivers, everybody in that race could have won this race. Don't say that always, when you sim race, that was a badass group, and you were the badass of the badasses.
Well, yeah, I went to Super Speedway. Like you said, anybody can win it, but it's never a surprise when Jeff Hale puts the 29 in victory lane. So great job, Jeff, reasserting that Super Speedway dominance. And thanks, everybody. Our podium finishers again, Chris Beckman, Greg Palmer, and the race winner, Jeff Hale, joining us here for the post-race show. I thank, as always, my partner in crime, Milt Mitchell Jr., joining me from Fresno, California, after his grocery run was done.
Yeah, we got the groceries.
Hey, you got the groceries. You made the beer run. Thank Ryan Johnson, your series admin, getting those points updated lightning fast before I even got the standings page up there. We thank Sam Young, league owner, promoter, keeping this thing going. 20 years plus of NASCAR 2003 and FSB racing, and we're going to keep on going. We're expanding out into the iRacing world. We're keeping NASCAR 2003 alive as long as it'll run. And thank all you guys for joining us out there on YouTube. If you want to come out and try this yourself, it's fsbracing.com. We'll take anybody.
One quick thing, real quick. Remember Jordan McGregor on the YouTube, and he's running tomorrow night on Flow Racing TV. We've all raced against him, and he's running at Hickory Motorsports Park. Definitely, if you get a chance, take a look. One of our sim racing guys are, running for real, and pretty dang bitching, and with that, that's it.
That's it, folks. We'll see you next week from IRP. But until then, for FSB Racing Live, I've been your host, Sean Reap, saying good night, everybody.